Mike St. Remain. My boys and I watch a lot of YouTube videos together, and I've always been an automotive guy. Done a lot of paint work in the past, did a lot of vinyl work over the last few years. Really enjoy playing with the type of stuff. It's, I would almost say, a passion to take something that's nice and make it, you know, more appealing to me. In some cases, it's appealing to other people too. But the boys and I were talking, and my son was like, "Dad, we should build a dip tank." So we watched several YouTube videos. Had a friend out in Colorado that used to own a dipping business. Didn't want to do it there primarily because I didn't want to compete with him. But we sat down, watched a few videos. Pretty simple concept for a tank design. Sat down, decided I was going to also start a YouTube channel, which, welcome to it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully it gives you some information you didn't have. If not, hopefully you enjoy the video anyway. But if you do like it, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell, because if you ring the bell, you'll get the new videos I post, hopefully weekly. Not certain yet, may end up being every 2 weeks. As I've stated on my website, I am not the greatest video editor, so it's a bit of a struggle for me. New process, new challenge, but hey, hopefully we can make it through it together, and we'll enjoy some comical stuff. So in the description of the channel and on the Facebook page for G2B Custom Coatings and Vinyl, which, bit of background on the name, my oldest daughter's name is Grace. I have a son named Gabriel, and I have a son named Sebastian, but we call him Bass. So we came up with the logo, the boys and I together, G2B, 2 G's, 1 B, Custom Coatings and Vinyl. We'll see if it sticks. Like the logo, we've put it on the side of the tank, we've had some t-shirts made, and we'll see where we go from here. But first video, just kind of gonna go over the parts that I purchased, where I found most everything. Lot of stuff off Amazon, a few things from Harbor Freight, about 25 trips to Home Depot, just back and forth getting small stuff that you always forget when you go. And we started the process with 2 agricultural tanks. Well, forgive me, we started the process with 1. And originally I was going to take the top third of the ag tank and use that as my shower station. But as we went along, I realized that the shower station would probably be best suited if it was deeper to prevent splashing and everything else. I'm doing this in my normal garage at my home. Yes, it's got a ton of stuff. There's still shit all over the background back here because I took down a bunch of shelves and everything. That was a timer to remind me to prime something that I have outside that I'm working on, but we'll leave that in there for fun, right? But we ended up going with 2 tanks. We started with 1, then we ended up going with 2. Over the next few weeks, I will post several more videos. Hopefully we'll get to 8, but if it runs up less than 8, so be it. It runs up less than 8. But today I'm going to go over the list of parts that I had to procure. Like I said, Amazon, Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Craigslist. Craigslist is a great resource, especially for the agricultural tanks. I found them anywhere from as low as $50, as much as $150, but they're 275-gallon agricultural tanks that a lot of farms and other companies use to transport fertilizer. Some companies even use them to transport vegetable oil and things like that. But so I'm just going to go over the list that I put together here. These are all the things that I purchased with a price, give or take a couple bucks of what I paid for them. So like I said, we started with 1, but ended up going with 2 ag tanks, and I got them for $75 a piece from a gentleman in Paso Robles that I found on Craigslist. So we got the 2 tanks. We went with a 4,500 gallon per hour pond pump for our primary pump, and a 2,500 gallon per hour secondary pump that is basically just kind of set up on a timer to stir the tank. It runs about every 8 hours for 30 minutes just to help even out the temperature, because the way I set up the tank, 1 ag tank is the shower station, 1 ag tank is the actual dip tank. The stir pump runs every 8 hours to help balance out the temperature in the 2 tanks. They're both heated but because one has less water than the other, and I took the cheap route, or in my opinion, efficient route, and bought a couple of large fish tank heaters to prevent having to drill any holes through the tank to put heating elements in it. So the two pumps, approximately 30 foot of 1-inch PVC. All of the connections are 1-inch PVC, including the shower station. About 20 90s, some T's, a couple 1-inch to 3/4 inch threaded transition pieces. And that was original design on the sprinkler side. I had it connected to a water hose where it would swivel and still operate, so I could attach to the lid, but that has changed since. So you can skip that one. And I'll also take this entire list in the final video and put it in the description, and I'll put tags to all of the store locations that I picked up the stuff from. A couple of caps, tons of miscellaneous PVC pieces. Big ticket items were the tank at 150 bucks each, or excuse me, 75 bucks each. The 4,500 gallon per hour pump was 100 bucks at Harbor Freight. It was regularly $129, but I had a 20% off coupon, so I actually got it for just under $100. The other 2,500 gallon pump I actually got off Amazon, and I think I paid like $38 for it. Let's see, what else? Don't care about that. We did 10 foot of vinyl gutter. Vinyl gutter turned out really good. If you haven't realized it yet, I'm leaning on the tank. This is the tank I built. We'll show you some much better pictures and go further into detail with it as we move along through the process of the videos here. GFI. I wanted to make sure I used the GFI circuit breaker power strip, primarily because we're dealing with a lot of water here. This is my home, and just didn't want to burn the joint down. So one of the other things that I went through is I picked up two 1-inch outdoor sprinkler valves, normal 24 volt sprinkler valves, and a couple of 110 24 volt converters off of Amazon. That for the pair of them, I paid $26 for the pair of them on Amazon. Could have found a couple random power strips in the house, old computers, things like that. But this setup was pretty nice. The cords were already terminated with connection points to just connect directly to whatever you were attaching it to. Worked great for the sprinklers. I also bought a 4 station, I guess you would say, remote outlet system. It comes with the remote control and 4 outlet connectors. So I've got my pumps and my valves connected to those to where I can turn the pump on, open a certain valve, close a certain valve, and it changes from the sprinkler side over to the actual the dip side to rinse off the top of the water. Fish tank heaters, the timer. I went with a good waterproof timer, and it was still only 12 bucks. But that was to hook to my circulator tank, or the circulator pump, and it's basically just running, like I said, about once every 8 hours. Sprinkler valves, whenever that. Sprinkler valves were a little spendy. They weren't super cheap, but I wanted to go with good ones because I didn't want to have to change them again. I did make sure that I put threaded unions on them to where I could take them out if we had a problem. So in the nutshell, everything I bought for my tank, including the wood for the sides, the masonite, the paint, the gutter, everything, all in for about $862. However, if you just want a tank with a pump and the setup on the similar setup I'm running, you can get away as low as probably 480 bucks. If you do away with the wrapping of the outside with a nice wood and the paint and the vinyl gutter and the lids and all the other stuff that I put together for it, under 500 bucks all day long. And it has been a blast. I've already started dipping a lot of stuff with it. As I stated in the very beginning of the description for the video, we're going to go through this process over the next 6 to 8 weeks together. Final dip will be this DoD approved helmet you see behind me here. I have already sprayed it Harley-Davidson orange, and it is ready to go. I am going to dip it in more than likely the Queen of Hearts pattern because I've got a few other pieces that are in the orange and the Queen of Hearts pattern. But this helmet I am going to give away after the final video is posted. At least 500 likes through all 8 videos and at least 500 subscribers through all 8 videos. I will give this helmet my cost shipping to you to your front door if you were one of the individuals that liked or subscribed to the channel. Once again, thank you for your time. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hopefully we will get better at the video editing, get better at the actual filming of the channel events, and I'll figure out what to do with my hands, right? Hey, thanks guys, I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Remember,